Hello everyone. Hello students. Welcome to today's class, chapter 14, creating a Django-based basic web application. As we all know that in order to design any or to host any websites, we need to have a web server. So we are going to look more about what Python support, a web server, a web framework called Django in this particular chapter. Okay, let's look into it. Now, before we understand what exactly is a web framework or Django, let's try to understand what exactly is web framework. Web framework is a software tool that provides a way to build and run dynamic websites and enable applications. So we have some example like Django, which we will be studying in this chapter. Beside Django, which is supported by Python, we have Ruby on Rails, which is supported by Ruby software, and Express.js, which is supported by JavaScript as well. So let us try to understand what exactly is web framework and library. Like web framework makes available the majority of the code with all the internal links, and whereas library provides some pre-written codes that can be used in any application being fully developed by you. So an analogy in order to explain this difference between your web framework and library can be explained in this way. Like let's say we have a flat and now we wanted to design your flat, and with the flat you can try to insert the windows and doors as your liking. So that is an example for web framework, whereas for your library it can be building your own house but using a pre-designed doors and windows. So that's the main difference between your web library. It gives you freedom to design on your own, which all already existing software or a knowledge design that you have, whereas in library there will be predefined certain kind of software or programs. Accordingly you'll be applying that. Now, in order to understand more details about your website and web application, let's look into the protocol or the architecture which is used by our website. Is known as client-server architecture. It is an architecture of a computer network in which many clients, remote processors, request and receive service from a centralized server that is a host computer. So like when we are working on our computer by using your web browser, which is known as a client, then we make a request through your web browser by writing HTTP. Whenever you send any request, that HTTP colon, when you're writing www.google.com, that is known as a request that you are sending to your server. And after receiving your request from the client, the server will process, and if it is available or existing, then it will get back to you by responding to the client's request. So mainly this architecture will be used in all the web or websites or web applications that we have. So the web browser, as I said, act as a client program, which is known as a front end, and the web server is a server, which is known as the back end. So normally when these two are very important, the HTTP get and post request. The get request is a way of retrieving information from a web server using URL over web. Just now what I've already stated regarding the www.google.com, that is your URL. Through your URL, you are sending a request to your server, and the server after processing it give you back a response as shown here diagrammatically. Here you can see the client, which is your browser or computer, sending a request, and after processing the server send back the response. Now normally your HTTP post request, how it works is it is a way of sending data to a server. Example, data filled in an online form such as student information using HTML forms over web. So usually we use a post as a way to extract an information from the user side, and these post requests will be stored in a server in a form of a database where all your details will be stored. Now looking into the Django, which we will be using the database framework in in this chapter. Django is a Python-based free and open source web application framework. It is one of the most common or widely used web framework. Why is it so? It's because it has many advantages. The advantages are it is secure, versatile, portable, and easy to maintain. Secure means your Django offers a protection against against vulnerabilities of website automatically. It's more secure compared to other framework. And also it's a versatile. That means that it's possible to host. Suppose if you wanted to design a e-website, or if you wanted to host a social networking, then all those things can be hosted with the help of your Django web framework. As well as it is portable. That means it can be run not only on Windows but even on Linux and other Mac OS, other kind of operating system. So it is portable as well. Suppose I am creating my project or my application using my Django here, and now suppose if I wanted to transfer it to some other operating system, then that is also possible by using your Django framework. Now, and not only that, it's easy to maintain. Easy to maintain means it is possible to reuse, as well as it is easily maintainable. Okay, whatever program or coding that you're writing with the Django, it is possible to reuse and it can be easily maintained. So these are the advantages of your Django. That means they are secure, versatile, portable, as well as easy to maintain. If you have already followed the steps that I've shared with you in my previous in our group, if you have already done, then I hope that you have already installed your Django. The steps are already given there. Now, if once your installation of Django is done successfully, then you can check whether it is successfully installed or not by using this command in your command prompt. That command prompt is there in your, if you go to your Windows, just type cmd, then you'll see this page, and there you have to type python dash dash version. Then it will be displayed what is your current Python version. Since for me I'm using now Python 3.7.3, so this being displayed here. Now I wanted to know whether my pip is working properly or not, or whether to find out the current version of my pip installed in my system. So I have used pip dash dash version, and so currently I'm using pip 20.0.2. All right. So if you have successfully installed and followed the steps which I have already shared, then it should be possible for you to check this. And let us look into the practical steps, what you have to do in order to check whether your Django is working properly or not. Now, before we start using the Django, first you have to make sure that your virtual environment is working properly. Why is it so? Is because see, I will be creating a kind of a project. I may be having 2-3 applications in my system. In order to make sure that all the applications are working properly, we need to initiate or activate virtual environment in our computer system, in our Django. So for that, first of all, go to your command prompt. Then you have to install, you have to write, make sure that your pip is working properly, and pip install virtual env means virtual environment. And once that is done, then you please write a command virtual env again right below that. And once that is done, then you have to type env script activate. Once a virtual environment is working properly, you have to activate by using this command. And after that, you have to install again pip install Django. Then after that, you can write Django dash admin start project online. Okay, for me, in my system, I have installed this Django in my E drives. As you can see here, I have written E Django is the current location where my project is. So when I write Django dash admin start project, this is a keyword which you have to remember. Once all your Django is installed properly, once you activate your virtual environment, you'll be writing this Django dash admin start project. These are the keyword which you have to remember. And my particular project, what the name I'm giving here right now, is online. So after typing this, then once it is created successfully, then you can check whether your online, my particular example here is online, if it's created successfully or not. So by using the dir command, you can type this and you'll see right below here, you can see below my project, you can see online already existing. That means I have successfully created my project. So all my files, that means the location of my online project will be inside my E drive. Under that, I have one folder called Django. Inside that, there should be online present. Now, I'm using here as since I am storing my Django in E drive, I need to change from my current. The moment you open your command prompt, you'll be seeing like C user CNT. For me, it is C user CNT, so I need to change the location. So what I will do is I will use a CD is for change directory command, CD C/E. After that, I'll write the location where I want to go. So it will be E colon. Then after that, I will go inside my Django. So I'm already inside Django. Now I will initiate the virtual environment VNV as I've told you in the previous slide. Virtual ENV, you have to activate the virtual VNV. After that, I am writing VNV. It will take some time for this installing set of tools. Then vmin script activate. Then I will go to this is a start virtual environment and this is activate. Once you're inside your online project, you should see something like this. See, I've already written Django admin project online. So this is the one which I've already shown earlier. Then cd online. After you are inside the online, you write python manage.py run server. That means right after you have activated your virtual environment and you've created your project. After that, you should be inside your current project and now you manage or start a run server. So if everything is working and if there's no error, then you should be able to see this particular successful message saying that your online setting is such and such. 127.0.0.1 8000. 8000 is the number of your port. So now if you have successfully installed your Django and if everything is working and your project is working, then you should see this image. Okay, now you can go to your local browser. You can go to your web browser. It can be Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. You please write this localhost colon 8000. Once if your Django is working properly and your project, if it is working successfully, then you should be seeing this page. So this means you have successfully created your project and it is working.